So it's hard to believe it's getting autumn time already, y'all. So today's painting is called Autumn's Day. The paints that we're going to be using today is Cad Orange Medium, Orange, Fluorescent Orange Yellow, Yellow Medium, Yellow Deep, and Yellow Ochre. White, Black, Burnt Sienna, Phthalo Blue, Sap Green, Natural Gray, and Warm Gray. The paint brushes that I've used today is a good many, so I'm just going to show them to you. Here's a number 12 Filbert, a 10/0 fan brush, a number 10 Bristle, a 3/4 inch flat, a 10/0 liner, a number 6 flat, a number 3 flat, and a number 18 Bristle. So I have a good many paint brushes today and lots of colors. So let's get painting. My canvas today that I'm going to be using is 11 by 14. I'm using a 3/4 inch flat brush, wash brush, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It just says it's a 3/14. So that's what I'm using, flat brush. I have on my palette, I have white, natural gray, and warm gray. And I'm going to probably bring my sky down. But first I'm going to just grab some water on my brush, and I'm going to try to wet my canvas a little bit with just some water. And I think I probably got too much right there, so you didn't see that. You probably did, but you know, I got some spots on it now that I don't want from a dirty paper towel. See, we do the pretty, the ugly, and the mean in here, right? But anyway, that's okay. Can't get that off for some reason. It's just little specks. Okay, I'm gonna and it doesn't matter how you pick up the color. I'm just picking up some. I'm gonna start out with some warm gray, and I'm just gonna put some down on my canvas, and I've got some medium gray. I'm just mixing this sky. I'm just basically getting some color down to start off with. So here's some warm. And I'm going to pick up a little white with this, bring it in here. I kind of like the lighter of this natural gray than I do the warm gray. And like I said, I'm coming down about 2/3 of the way. So if you divide that into thirds, see what I got. We're just throwing paint on right now. I've got some white and some natural gray. And I don't want to mix too much to make it blend in like it's doing right there. So I'm just gonna, but I'm just getting a base coat on so I can actually bring in some more directly. So I'm more or less going out with just the natural, the warm gray. I'm sorry, not the natural. The natural is almost like a beige color to me. Picking up some more white and natural gray. I'm just going to rub this baby on. And so here I have some gray, and I picked up some gray and warm gray, both of my grays. I'm just going to pick up a little white here with this. And that's just crazy looking sky, but that's okay for right now because I'm going to come back on with another coat. This has got to dry so I can come back on with another coat because I am seeing a lot of, you can see a lot of lines, and that's not what I want. So when this dries, we'll be back for the next coat. So I'm back. This is completely dry. We're going to do some more to it, but I went ahead and I wanted to put a covered bridge on here. So I went ahead and drawed it out, and I'm fixing to show you how I drew it. So here's our covered bridge. I thought I had it dry. I'm wearing some of that color on me. Okay. All right. So I am really close to this right edge. So if you come up, I came up probably about 3 inches, and I came over about 1/3 of an inch. Put a marker there. And so I'm over probably about 4 inches, and I put another marker. From this line, if I just draw a straight line up, about 1.5 inches. And this line is going to be about 1.75 inches. Then I'm over, not quite, if this is middle ways, I'm over just a smidgen, about 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to draw me another line here. That comes about 1/4 inch and 1/4. So I should have this line, and this line. And then I'm just going to come about middle ways and make me an A-frame. And I'm going to, I'm coming over about 2.5 inches, but I'm going to be a little bit, I don't want them to be quite straight across, maybe a little lower here. I'm drawing that, and then I'm just going to connect this, whoops, and come off right here, just a little bit. And we've got that line. And at this point, I'm up about 1.5 inches on both sides, and I come right in the middle. I've drawn me a little line here about 1/4 of an inch, and so I'm just going to hook these because I brought these 1.5 inches up. Somebody's home. You can hear. And then I'm just going to connect this. And then I'm just going to draw a line across from here. And that gives me my little cover bridge. So I don't have to worry about when I go to do more sky. The reason I'm doing more sky here is because I can see lots of canvas. So we've got that drawn. I'm back with a number 18 bristle brush. I like the flat, but I think I want to use the bristle a little stronger. I'm back with I'm just going to call it white, gray, and tan. So that's what we're going to call it. And I'm just going to pick up some of my tan, and I'm going to just start coming in, and I'm just going to try to rub in some of my colors here. I want it, because I'm seeing a lot of paint, brush strokes from that other brush. I do not like that. And so I'm just coming in with some circular motions to try to help. I'm picking up some of my gray now, and I'm just going to rub some of that in. And we're just going to kind of blend them, if I can. Some white. And I'm just kind of smoothing it out. I kind of rubbed it in, and then I'm just kind of rubbing it out. Alright, so we'll come back in with some more. I've got white. I picked up white on my dirty brush. And I'm just going to pick up some tan now, and I'm just going to come in and give it a little. And I'm doing this at an angle, you can see. So I think I like the doing it like this instead of the circular motion. And you can always come back in with a little more white. because I want different colors in my sky. I don't want it just to be one color. So let's go I'm picking up some white and some gray. I don't want the gray to take over. I like the movement. I like the movement in the sky. I'm picking up just some white now and just coming right in here. It's summertime, and I'm trying to do paintings for fall, and it's just kind of blows your mind a little bit sometimes. It's already next month is fall, y'all. Where has this year gone? I mean, truthfully, where has it gone? Okay, I'm just bringing some of our gray in, and I've got some spots right there I see, so I'm going to pick up some white and gray here and just come in there. And then we're going to just bring in some tan. And I'm not washing my brush, I'm just picking up and letting it blend in. I'm just picking up some gray with my tan here, just to see. I'll pick up a little white because I'm going to lighten it up some. I don't particularly care for it, just the gray. Okay. And then I'm just coming. I might come over my building a little bit. That's okay. I'm not really worried about that because I'm going to paint over that anyway. Alright. I'm just going to wipe my brush off, and I'm going to pick up some white, and I'm just going to come in here a little bit and just see about just rubbing a little something in here, just to make some different values of color. I like that. So I think I'm going to do another one over here. I'm just using mainly the tip of my paintbrush and just kind of, and then I can come down here and do some of the tan with it and see how that looks. I think the tan's blending in too much. Yeah. I think I'm going to bring a little bit more right in here. Very little paint on my brush. That's all I have, is just very little bits of paint. And then we can do maybe another one over here. And I'm really not even trying to that's all I'm doing. I'm just putting a little something in there. Okay. And that's my background. Okay. What I didn't do on this thing here is I didn't give us a division here. So I'm just going to come right along in here and give us a line. So we might need to bring the roof down just a little bit. There we go. That way we can do some different things here. So again, I want this to dry. Okay, I'm back. I have a number 6 flat, and I'm going to use my white and just come in here and cover up I may come in with, I'm just putting down a base coat because I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to put up here. And I'm trying to decide, do I want a white roof? I'm not thinking I do. Whoops, I just went crazy over that one. And I just went crazy. I picked up a little water because I went out of my lines here. That's all I want to do. Easy fix. If I wouldn't go crazy, it can become an easy fix. I want it to look old, so I'm coming right along here with some more with my shingles or my roof, whatever we're going to have. And I'm going to pick up just a little bit of my gray and just kind of mix some gray in here with this, especially at this where the pencil line is. And I'm just kind of going to bring in some grays. Again, I guess we could take some white and gray and tap in. Let's see how I like that. Okay, let's just get us a little gray here. Come in and do some. I want to bring in a little more gray. Just on my roof in here. Because you know, if you have a white roof, it's not going to stay white very long. Yeah, I'm liking that. It's not a snowy scene, it's just I've kind of thought about doing it white here, but I don't want it white. I want it red. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to pick up just the tan, and I'm going to come on in here and finish painting my covered bridge. I want to bring it down so it'll all be the same color here. And I don't know how to paint straight. Probably don't even know how to draw straight, so that's okay. And I'm going to get rid of that gray there. It's not that I want this building that color, because you see that would blend in too much. I just want to get this base down so that I can put a red over it and kind of blend that in with it and see how it's going to look. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to let everything here dry. Right, I'm using my round brush. I'm going to see about using some of my tan, And I've got some permanent red, and I think I'm going to use a little bit of gray to start off with though. And when I say that, I'm just coming under here to put a little shadowing under the building. Okay, and then at that point I'm going to pick up a little bit of the tan and then a lot more red and see if I'm getting too much of something. And so I'm just pulling down with this. We may have to come in with some darker shades. That's okay. I'm just coming under the building. I may have to come make them with gray because that red might be covering it up with the tan. This is just our first coat of red, so. Alright, so now we're just going to pick up some of the red and come under here. And like I said, it may end up covering that gray up, and that's okay. We'll come back if we have to. Just a little red and just a little tan will get me. And we can bring in just some red in there and try to get some darker. And if it doesn't get as dark as I want it to, once it dries, we'll see what we can do. I'm just going to pick, I've just got a little tan on me here. Just kind of laying some of that, getting some of that different texture. Yeah, I know. I've got some down there. That's no problem. Alright, so I'm going to pick up some of that gray and come back in and just put some gray in here. Just putting some shadows under here. And just picking up some of that some of that red and just coming back. So we can get different colors going on in here. It's almost giving it like a whoops. Going too fast for my own good. Red there. Let's see if we can get that off. Alright. Just gotta try not to be so careless next time. My building just grew a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to just pick up a little bit of that red, that white, and come right along here. Just to let me know where that trim's going to be. And we can just kind of put in some of that. Just make it look, I'm using color now, just some white. I've got gray on there. Let's see if I can use some of this tan just to give myself some, I want it to look old. And so in order to get that old, we got to put some more stuff on there. Grab some gray and see what we're doing here. I think we probably need more gray to bring up some of this shadow down. So getting that old. We're working on it. You just have to keep adding color till you get what you want and where you want it. This is just some tan that I'm putting in here. I just keep adding some more. I want some over here, but I don't want it to be as thick, as wide. And I want it to be a little thicker under here. And then we can just pull it down. Let's grab us a little white here. Alright, so I'm picking up some white. Got a little carried away there, didn't I? Well, that's okay, we'll come back. Alright, so let's just pick up some red in here. I'm going to wash my brush off, and I am going to pick up just some tan and come back under here and try to make this a clean cut, because we'll be coming around with some trim around it. I have to. And if I have to go, I want this to be lighter color in here, so. And I may end up coming back in with some brown too, I don't know. I don't want it to look like the sky coming through there, but pink in there. There we go. Because I have plans for something else in there, so that's why I'm just wanting to get this dark enough. I brought a little pink down, not meaning to. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little bit of that white up at the top and see. Just a little. Let's bring some right in here. Just to give us like a little lighter color in there. I've washed my brush, and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this tan still. I'm going to come right along in here because I have this is going to be our road. And I'm just going to get our base coat, get us a base coat down. So we just kind of, so I didn't tell you what I did, but I came over more this way, and I pulled it down to here, and then I came over. We can always make it come all over a little bit more if we want to, and bring it down. I just let it be wider, and it's coming out more narrow at the bottom. That's all I did. I just fell in here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just, like I said, putting down a base here. And I'm going to do the same thing for my river over here. I'm just going to, what I've done is I've come in and I've just put like a little block. I'm going to probably bring it over. And I've got one here and I've got one here. That's going to be the legs that the, and I may not put one here, but I know I'm going to put one here and one here. Pretty sure I'm going to put that one there too. The legs for the river to sit on. So I'm just coming up to the covered bridge, and I'm just laying some tan down. We're coming back with more colors, but this is just our base color. And I'm trying to keep it from, there we go. That's, and I'm you know me, I like to make it come off the side, so I'm just putting some I've got my 10/0 liner brush, and I've got some burnt sienna on my palette, and I'm going to pick up some of this burnt sienna on my brush, and I'm going to, I don't want it to come across, I want it to look like it's, I don't know how to do it. Oh my. Just putting in some little, make it look sort of like some little timbers on that side too, and I want it very light, so that's what I'm trying to. And as you can tell, now I'm just going to pick up a little tan, and I'm going to go back in there and just, I'm making it, I want to try to make it look out of focus. And I think I didn't do that. I'm going to bring in that line there to give it a focus. That's what I'm trying to do, is make it look like it's just something out of focus, that it's boards and stuff that we've got against the wall. You can't see this side, so I'm not really worried about it. And I may come back in and put some more in there. Okay, I'm just coming under with a little brown, and I'm just pulling some of that down with that gray to give us a little more shadowing. It's really tacky at this point because it's trying to dry on me. Okay, just gonna grab some and come right under here a little bit. And we can put a little shadow right in here. And we can put one. I'm trying not to get wet along in here. I'm just going to come in here with my brush, and we're going to try to put in some ruts. That's all I'm going to do, is just put in some ruts. And they can kind of run together down here, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in more stuff, so that's okay. Oops. Okay, so that's just giving us a basic idea, little rough drawing here and there of what we're going to have. So at this point I have some sap green, I've got yellow medium, and I've got white that I'm going to use to start putting some grasses down. And I'm going to use a smaller brush. I'm going to use my number 10 bristle brush, because I do have some small spots to go in. So I'm just going to start out. I'm going to pick a, and I didn't mention a little brown, but I think I'm going to put a little brown down here at the bottom, and I'm just going to start tapping it on just a little bit of the two colors. This is closer to us, so we want the grasses a little bit darker. And this is going to take a little time, so I'm just telling you, I'm using brown, and I'll talk it as I go. I was going to speed this up, but it's okay. We can talk. I was saying a while ago that I can't believe it's almost next month is fall. The year has just went by so fast that well, you know what? I was going to use that little brush. I'm going to go to the bigger brush, the bristle brush, because it's just that one's going to take me forever. I'm just going to come down here and give myself a little rub of color, so I don't have to worry about that when we get where we're going. But it's just, I look at the year and think, wow, it just went so stinking fast, y'all. It'll be time for Christmas in just a little bit. And I'm just tapping green and brown. My granddaughter just celebrated her 10th birthday, and I know, we're like a granddaughter 10 years old. How'd I go? The ages that I have of my children are in their 30s now, and I can't get over it. Okay, I'm going to come back to this side. I'm going to work in this section right now, so I'm picking up just some green, just sap green, and tapping it in. And it might be a little darker than I want. I just added a little white to it to kind of tone it down a little bit, trying to tone it down some. I'm going on my road. It's okay. So I'm going to pick up sap green and white again and just come to my river. We got a lot to do to that river. It's not going to be tan. And I'm going to go ahead and put this under here, and then we can come back and build up our things that we need to hold up our bridge. I do like having the I want to make sure you can see it. It's a little darker down here, but it's a little whiter up there. And if I wanted to, I could. I just don't want it really dark. So I'm bringing a little white down here to do some lightening up a little bit. So I've got a little white and a little green, and I'm going to pick up some of my medium yellow and just come in here and put a little bit down. It's just a little yellow. I'm just trying to get these little spots that I don't mind getting some above on my here, but I'm going to come back with something else there. All right, so at this point I'm just going to pick up some white and a little bit of green, and I'm going to come in and just tap on this side. And at this point I'm just trying to come around the building and the river that I have, and touch the sky all at once. So it's just a little spot, and I'm trying to get it all in. I think I'm just going to pick up a little bit of my green and just come in and put some spots of green in here. And then we're going to bring some right along in here. We don't have to cover up all the sand there. We just want to cover up some. So we're back to our green, brown, and white, and we're just going to start tapping on. It's like mud. I think I'm just going to go with green right here and a little brown. Let's just pick up some of that brown. Okay, I just want to try to get over where y'all, make sure y'all can see what's going on. I'm picking up some green and coming back over my brown now. Gotta try to hold it in place. I got some green and some white, and I'm just gonna come right on up by my. I'm having to. There we go. I'm gonna wipe my brush off because I just feel like I have too much paint on it, and I'm gonna want to come in with some different colors. So I'm just gonna bring in some white. And grab green to pack over some of that. I'm just going to cover up my sides here real quick. There we go. And then I'm just going to bring in some green. I want my grasses to be some different colors in there, so I'm just trying to bring in some darker green in my centers here. Okay, I'm coming up to the building, trying to get my, there we go, grasses. We're just tapping. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to grab a little bit of white, come in here and start tapping some white in here with that green. You just get different shades of green going on. And if I think I got too much of one color, it's nothing just to go back and add some more to it. I'm going to pick up a little yellow and come right in here with it. Well, you see I'm kind of, I need to pick up a little more yellow. There we go. I wish I could say fall is in the air. We've had a really hot summer, and I think we're having a hurricane right now, Hurricane Debbie, and I think they're saying another one's coming in. They think maybe it might hit us next week. So I'm thinking we've had some mild summers for south. You know, I live in southeast, so we're having some mild summers here. And this year, it's not been mild at all. It's been really stinky hot. I mean, like weeks of hot. And so, I think that has maybe heated up the water out there a little bit more. I'm not a meteorologist, so I can't tell you, but I'm just telling you what I think. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to pick up a little more green and come back in. I've put a little white in there, so now I'm just putting a little darker green. I brought a little white over to that side. Y'all might not can see it, but it just needs a little something, so I had a little extra white on my brush, and I took care of it. I'm picking up some white, some yellow and green, and I'm just tapping that at the skyline. I really do like my sky. I'll have to tell you, I do like it. I think it's pretty. And I don't want my grass too dark. And if I get it too dark in some spots, I can just go back and fix it. So when I explained how to do that barn, I hope I didn't confuse anybody. So here's some more white in here, and I'm going to put a little more yellow in here. So I'm liking that pretty good. I don't care for this. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm picking up a number 3 round. I'm going to pick up my brown, and I'm just going to come in here and just paint that in there to make it look like there's something going on there that's and then I can always come back and I'm just going to pull some of this out. I am pulling some of that out. Make it look like I'm going to grab some more of this brown and just come in here because my little ruts is gotten out of focus in here. And so that's all I need to do. Fix some little ruts there. And then we'll go over here and pull this one down a little bit more because we want him to they're just riding off the canvas. That's all they're doing, is just riding. So if we want to put a little white in here in some spots, we could. We don't have to make it all. It doesn't have to be. You can bring some tan in here. It don't all have to be the same. Like that. A little whiter is what I did. And I'm going to make this one a little whiter, I think, in here. Just bring a little white in. There we go. And let's see, we're just going to put in a little brown and tan back here, just to kind of let you know you're going in. I've got my number 12 Filbert. You can see a little frazzled ends. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to bring in a couple of little trees. I'm going to use the Sap Green, and I'm going to bring in a tree right along here. I want it tall, and I'm just going to start bringing in some branches to it. Now I'm trying to not hit that building, because I want this to be brought on down. I'm just bringing in some more, trying to make it darker. And if I have to go back over that, I will. Okay, so I like that. I'm going to also come over here and do one, I think. I'm going to do a tall one over here. So we're going to come along right here. And I made him tall. And I need to kind of finish him off, and we're just going to put some limbs on him. And we're just going to go off the edge with him. I'm going to bring him on down. He's just coming on off this side and coming on over this way, and we're just getting him in there. Alright, let's see. I like him. My 10/0 liner brush, and I'm going to bring me in some trees here. So I'm going to pick up some black and some burnt sienna, and I'm going to we're going to do a tree. So we're just going to, let's come up behind here and do us one. And it doesn't matter. I need a little water to wet this baby down a little bit, because it's just not wanting to flow for me. Let's go ahead and get us some limbs going here and there. Yeah. Uh-oh. Got some water or something there. I've got some black, and then I've got brown. And it may not look that pretty, but it's gonna be full, so we're okay. I'm just putting some limbs on here. That looks kind of like a stick tree, doesn't it? So let's make him a little wider. I'm just gonna kind of take him down behind the building. Yep, he's a tall one. We're got bunches of tall ones here. I think I'm going to come in here with another one along in here. And I'm just making it a little wider. I'm using the burnt sienna and black. And I'm trying to be careful. Look at there. I keep getting something on my paint is wanting to drop on me for some reason. Okay. Looks like we got a pine tree going on back there. Well, what can I say? I am from the South, y'all. And we're going to make this one, I wouldn't mind him going off the canvas. I really wouldn't, because he's a big tree. He's what we call a big boy, right? So I'm not worried about, it being perfect because I'm coming with some leaves, and a lot of leaves is going to cover some of this stuff up. I just want some tree. Showing. So I'm just putting limbs. When you do yours, you can do any kind of limbs you want to. You can do short trees, you can do tall trees, you can bring more limbs off. That didn't look good. We're going to fix that. There we go. Have some skinny limbs, some thick limbs. Just all kinds. We've got our twin trees there. If you want to bring some right above the this, we could do that. I'm putting on limbs. That's basically what I'm doing right now, is just putting on some limbs. And I'm just using those two colors, black and burnt sienna. See, I tend to look at pictures and get ideas, and then I tend to forget to go back and look at them sometimes and just do my own thing. And that's kind of basically what I'm doing here, is just doing my own thing. And so when you're doing your own thing, you can just kind of put the trees where you want them to go and do what you want to do to them. And so that's why I'm letting these trees is coming on down some. They're going to be pretty, I hope. I hope they're pretty. So I'm sitting here thinking about this thing, and I have three sons, and so I think I'm going to put another tree here in honor of my three sons. I think I'm going to bring this one right along here. And we're just going to fill this in. All right, so we can cover some of this up. There we go. So we got that tree standing there. He gets to come out from behind the building. So let's go on up here and get us some limbs coming out. And I'm going to get that one to go that way. Okay, so this one can come up this way. Come on out. We'll pull one down this way. Let him come on. Do his thing. Sometimes they want to go do something else I don't want them to do. And the children do that too, right? Sometimes they do the things that you don't want them to do, but they gotta learn their little lessons sometimes. I think I'm gonna make this tree a little bit bigger in here. There we go. And I know it's kind of looks like he's stopping, but he's got all this stuff going on in up there in his in his tree. Okay. Now, we may come back down here and put some shadows in here for the trees. We'll see. But it looks like we got some got some paint going on. Some shadows coming along in there, so we'll see how we're doing. I'm still just working on this tree. I guess I need some more water because it's just, it's not being nice. And we want to bring a few over here so this tree doesn't look like it's just. I'm going to pick up my little brush and I'm going to pick up some of this green and I'm going to come back in here and just tap a little bit in my road here because I want some more, I want it a little darker in spots. And we can bring some of it over here. Like the different color grasses, y'all. Okay. I'm going to pick up my white with my little liner brush and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to put me a little, like a little stone there. And then I'm going to put one over here. Just got to get it, I'll let it dry just a little bit. And then we're going to do another one here. And another one here. They get covered up, that's fine. Not really worried about it. Just trying to I'm going to use my bristle brush and I'm going to pick up some yellow, the small bristle brush, and I'm going to just come in and tap in a little yellow in this tree. just to make him have some different shades. So he's got a little touch of something going on there. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here to this one. I'm just going to pick up some yellow and try not to put my arm in stuff and just come and tap. Just and if I get it too yellow, we'll just keep tapping until we can get it lighter, or either we'll bring in some more green. So I didn't think I picked up anything that time. Somewhere right there, that just went a little bit a little bit more yellow than I had planned on, so I'm just going to see if I got enough green here to kind of tap some of that in, make it a little. There we go. And it's still got some colors about it that I like. Excuse me. I'm going to use this bristle brush, the small bristle brush, and I'm going to pick up some of this tan. And I'm just going to bring in some of that tan over that brown if I can. Just kind of blur it is what I'm trying to do. Might be got too much of it to blur right there. That's really what I wanted, was just a little blur. And we can get some more of that. In right there. Okay, just a little blur. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm finally happy with it. I got some darkness in there, and I got some light, and I might pick up a little bit of the white if I can get some of that, some green, and come in here and just put some shadow on this side. Oh yeah. Ah, yeah. Yeah. I just want it to go all the same way. And then we can just pick up a little bit of that brown, tiny little bit, and this just sweep it back over here. If I can get it. See? We can learn all kind of fun things. So I'm at the point, I'm going to grab a little white with my bristle brush, and I'm just going to come in and put some little bits of highlight in here, and I'm just going to rub if that gets too light. I got brown, and if it got, there we go. I just want some spots is what we want. We want our ruts to look like ruts. I'm going to pick up some more red with my bristle brush, and I'm going to come in here just with a little bit and start raking some down. Just a little bit. I'm just going to come back in here with a little more. These bristle brushes are really good for this. just picking up some red and coming down, getting rid of some of that. We want to go a little darker in here. Okay. I'm going to pick up my bristle brush again because I'm seeing that I need some more grass. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the dark green and come in here and just tap in a little bit around my... I'm going to also tap in a little bit around my trees. Just try to give them a little, maybe a little shadow underneath some of them. That helped that a little bit. But I'm also going to bring... I'm going to pick up a little yellow with that, just to bring it in here a little lighter. And then I'll just pick up some green and come back in here and tap around the tree a little bit. Okay. Just give us a little shadow. It's kind of what we want to do, is just give us something going on. I'm going to pick up my little liner brush and pick up some white and some gray. And I'm going to come around very gently if I can. Don't know how that's going to work. I'm trying to put on just some trim there is all I'm trying to do. But it's... And then we're going to come in here with some gray and some, hopefully some white. Put us one right here. And then we'll come right in here and put another one. I'm just going to put, I'm putting gray, seems like, because it just seems to be the color to go. Alright, and then I'm going to pick up, I'm going to come around our trim here. Alright, and then we're just going to try to straighten this up a little bit. This is one of those points that you just have to paint and you can't talk. Because it does get gets a little harder to speak. Okay, I'm just coming under here with the trim. And I think I'm going to do one right here. Just to okay, got the gray, and I'm just going to come in here and start putting some little dots on my and the reason I'm doing that is just to make it look, trying to make it be rocky. Just make it look textured. That's what I want to do. So I do some gray, and then I come in and do some white, because that underneath is done dried, and so that'll give us some different colored some different colors going on there too. Let's do this one a little bit. We can pick up some white without having to get some white. Oops, I went down too deep with this one. That's okay. That's what grass is for. Or flowers. We'll do something. We'll do something. I've got some yellow deep, and that's what I'm going to try to pick up to start off with. Some yellow deep. Okay. So I have, I'm going to use my Filbert brush, my number 12 Filbert brush, and I've got some yellow deep, and I'm going to tap some of that on to start off with. And let's just see how it's going to look. We may have to come in there with some more. Just to cover it up. And if I need to, I guess I could add a little white to it. I don't really want to. Okay, so I'm coming off the canvas here, because yellow, you can see through it. We just might have to put a little yellow with it, a little white with it, just so we can, we'll come back if we need to and do some more. I'm just going to come on up here a little bit, because I like it to be big and fluffy. What good is it if it can't be big and fluffy? Okay, so we're just going to pick up some more of this and just tap in here with this. I'm just putting some yellow down, because we want our trees to, we want to see some of the underneath of it, but we also want to get it really covered up good, because this is our fall tree. Now I'm looking in here and I'm not liking what I see. As you can tell, I like the colors going on, the white and the yellow going there. So I think what I'm also going to do, since I'm tapping away with white, with the deep yellow, I've got a medium yellow. I'm going to try some of that with it. A little bit of white with it and see what it does. Oh yeah, I like the colors like that. So we can just tap away. I put some white there. I've got some of the medium, and then I've got some of the can't get it straight, y'all. I've got yellow medium, yellow deep, and white, and that's what I'm putting on these trees. I'm putting these colors to give all kind of prettiness to it. So here I've just got both the colors, both yellows, and I put some white with it. Just we want to bring it out some more. We can bring out more. I didn't have to. And now we're going to do this one, because I like that. I like those colors. Let's just get us some more up in here. It's kind of where the brush takes you is where you're going to put the color. I think I got too much white there. Okay, I'm just going to put it a little darker right here. Just put in, that's all I'm doing is just tapping some in. And Oops, don't know what color I'm getting where. I like that. Got the green going on. I've got the fall yellow going on. Well, I was just painting away and didn't realize y'all wasn't on, but I put some yellow ochre in there, a little bit of that, just to see how I like it. It's a little darker than what I want, but it's still fine with me. And I can go back in there with some of my lighter colors and put down over it and make it blend. I like just the multicolored of, so I'm going to bring in a little bit of yellow ochre down in here just to give it a little more darkness and spots. Like that. I can bring in some of that, and then I can bring in some of the lighter color yellows over it. Yeah. Wish I had thought about using it a while ago. But I still like it. I'm liking it. And just tap some in. I still can see some tree under there. And we got some of our other colors going on, so we're good. So let's go ahead and put some of this yellow in here. And we'll just put some of our yellow ochre down in spots. And then that way we can go back in and just put some of our other colors on. Alright, so I've got my white and my yellow deep, and I'm just going in. And when you're putting your colors down, you just decide what colors you want, because where you want them to go. It's just, there's no reason for one color and not the other color. I just put color down. It's just that simple. Wherever it goes, it goes. Okay. So I think I'm happy with this. I'm just going to put a little bit over, come over on top of this tree, will be fine. I'll put some more of my darker yellow in here. When I see a spot that I might want a little something darker in, I just put the yellow medium. Okay, so I think we got our 3 trees there. I'm going to pick up a little white and a little brown, and I'm going to come in here and give this thing some little highlights. Make it look a little lighter on one side than the other. I'm going to do the same here. And we're just putting some touches in here. I'm going to grab my little bristle brush, and I'm going to pick up just a little bit of the Sap Green, and I'm going to come in and just tap around, make my little bricks here a little smaller and a little more blended in. I've got Phthalo Blue, and I have my small bristle brush, and I'm going to pick up some blue, and I'm going to start coming in here and laying some colors down under my bridge. And I want to pick up a little brown if I can, just to give this a little more shadow in there. So then I'm going to wipe that off and just pick up more phthalo and come back over that, because I just want to have some lighter blue in there. We're going to do some more stuff to it, make it. I'm going to grab this side here if I can and just pull over. I'm not really worried about doing a lot of detail on that. I just wanted to get that one, so when it wrapped around there it would be okay. Alright, so we're just coming in here. And I'm going to grab just a little bit of the green, and I'm going to rub in some spots, just some green, and then pick up some more phthalo, rub over that, because we're in a river. It's all kind of colors. Now let's get the a little bit of white here, and we'll come in and put some different tones. That white's giving us some green water. Really green. I like that though. I'm just coming off the I said come on down with the water because I liked it. Alright, so we're just might let that dry a little bit and come back in with some darker blues and stuff, because I do like the blue. Yep. I'm going to grab that brown again because I've killed a lot of that in here. Okay, and then back to the blue. So I looked at this and I decided I want to bring this on down, I think, in here to that right above the roof. So I'm just going to bring in some different colors. And then there we go. I don't want to hit the roof, but I want to fill it in. So that's what we're just kind of picking some different colors and coming down with them. Just coming in. Let them touch. There we go. So I'm happy with that. I set right in here. I'm not happy with that. I'm going to bring in some more. There we go. So we got our tree. I got my 10/0 liner. I'm picking up my white, not my white. Yep, I'm going to pick up some white, my brown, and my black. And I'm going to come right along in here, I think. And I'm going to put another tree right along in here. And then we're just gonna I don't want to make it as full as the other ones, but I still want it to be, I want it to be short, but I want it to be full. wants to be a little harder to get the it to slide across the other paint, because the other paint's still a little tacky. But that's okay. It just looks like that tree's kind of going into those trees, but that's not what we're doing. There's a purpose for my madness here. Okay. And then our next one is going to be right here. So we're just going to come along in here. Put us a little fat tree in here. It's actually fatter than the other ones. We're just going to let this kind of curve into that tree so they can just kind of be close together too. Alright, and bring this one around like that. They don't have to be perfect, they just have to be close. I'm going to grab my bristle brush again, and I'm just going to grab a tiny little bit of white, and I'm going to come in and, well, it's not working what I want it to do, so I'm going to cover it back up. I'm just putting a little pink in. I'm using my little liner brush here, and I'm just going to pick up some white with some of this brown and black and just come in and try to give myself a little highlight on this side of the tree. Okay. Just to have it a little lighter on one side. Pick up some more. Just doing a little touch up here on these trees. A little more white because I think I want a little more white. I wash my brush so I can get just some white. Got a knot on it one side. I think I got too much. Let's see if I can get. We're going to be covering a lot of that up anyway with leaves and stuff, so I think we can come back if we need to with some highlight. I can't do any more to it right now till it dries. Okay, so we're going to let everything dry and we'll be back. Okay, I have fluorescent orange yellow, cad yellow hull, and orange. Cad orange hull and orange. And I also have white, so I'm going to pick up my Filbert again, and I'm going to mix these colors to come here where I want them to come. So I'm going to grab a little white and a little bit of my orange and just start tapping on in some different areas, and then just bring in some other colors and see how that does. And again, like I did with the yellows, just different colors and white. That's pretty well what I'm doing here. if I want to add a little red to some of my orange, let's just see what we got here. Got a little darker. I like that. It's just a little orange with some red, my permanent red. And then we can just add the other colors. Didn't want these trees to be as big as the trees in the back because I wanted I want the yellow and I want the orange. Grab a little red and a little bit of orange again. I don't have anything in here that should smell like fall. Well, I do have a candle, but it's not lit. But it smells like, I don't know, it's got me in a fall mood because I'm smelling fall. Then we're going to move over to this tree with some orange and red. And I'm just going to pick up just a little red and come in here and just dab a little red in spots. So I still have orange on my paintbrush, but that just gives us a little different tone values. I just got some more orange. I want to say yellow, but I'm just coming. Oops. Got to get that off. Just want to get that off right there. I just want to get some different colors on here. Some darker colors and then come in with little lighter colors. And I had debated on not using the fluorescent, but I decided maybe give us some of that little pop that would really pop out some. So that's why I did decide to do that. All right, we're just putting a little white in here to give us something different. And I'm just kind of tapping it until it just kind of blends in. So we just have all these different shades going on. I'm just trying to bring in some of the leaves. Hang down a little bit. I'm just going to bring in a little red, and you can just play with these to get them the colors you want them to be. I actually like the way this tree is shaped here, so I'm just probably going to come in and put some red in here, and I'm going to pick up some fluorescent and bring some of that. Might just want to come in with my little tiny, I think I'm going to use my small bristle brush, and I'm going to pick up just some orange on the corner, and I'm just going to tap put a few leaves around. Just whatever colors I want to pick up, I can. And I'm going to grab my medium yellow and do some around here just to have a little more, just so it'll look like we got some leaves on the ground. So you can do orange and yellow. What I do not like is the way I've got that done. So I'm just going to come back in here with some red and some orange. And I'm just going to tap this a little bit. Back around. Just some orange here. I'm going to grab some of my cad orange. And a little white. Just to give it a little something going on. And I think I'm going to grab a little white and come right back up in here and tap in a little bit. Because that gives us something different. I'm going to pick up my small liner brush and some white, and I'm going to come in here around the edges of my tree. And I may have to pick up a little brown to kind of tone it down a little bit. I just want some shadowing on there. Let's pick up some black so we can, there we go. I'm going to pick up just some white and just come around. Trying to. Here we go. I like that. Little shadowing. Just a little white. And I'm going to do a little shadowing on my barn right here. And I don't want too much. I just want a little bit. And I think I've got, I don't know. Let's just try to rub it in. Okay, so I've got some white here. Actually, I want to pick up another little brush. I want to try something. I have a tiny little fan brush, and I'm going to pick up some of this white, and I'm going to bring in some little waterfalls. There we go. I didn't show you. I forget what I'm doing sometimes with the camera. I just brought my little liner brush down with some white and brought in some little waterfalls in my water, and I think I'm going to bring another one up in here. I'm actually going to bring this, I want this tree to come over on my thing here a little bit. My I'm just going to bring this over is what I'm saying. I want it to come over on my covered bridge a little bit. A little bit of red in here. I think I had that a little bit too bright for my taste. And there we go. Alright, I've got my liner brush here, and I'm going to pick up some, still have my liner brush. I'm going to use my black and brown as much as I can get. I've wet it a little bit here to try to make it run. And I'm just going to come in right here, and I'm going to put in a bush. It doesn't have to be real fancy. I'll grab some of this white, bring it in here. And thinking about doing one right in here, just a small one. I don't want it to take away from that, go up into that tree. I just want it small. Alright. I'm going to grab my little tiny bristle brush and I'm going to pick up some of my yellow deep and my white, and I'm going to try to make some flowers in here. I'm just going to tap some little pretty. Just trying to make it look like we have some flowers going on. May put a few over here. And we're just putting some along the riverbed. Put some under here. I got plenty of little flowers right there. I think that's pretty. And let's see, do we want to put some in here? I think we do. And we're just tapping away. And I'm going to put fewer in here than I did there because I've got these leaves. I don't want it to run into each other too much. Oops, I got a little bit carried away there. We can just bring in a little darker in here with some of these. And that's what I did. I started out with white and ended up with a little more darker. You can put a couple of them. Just little spots here and there. There we go. Okay. I'm thinking about bringing another bush in here because, you know, we do tend to have, I want it to be an outdoor picture. So that's why we're going to look at some of this, bringing in some more bushes here because, and we can put this, bring this in here. So the decision is to what color am I going to make these, because I've already got the orange and I've got yellow. I've got a lot of green on here, so I was thinking about doing some yellows in there. So I guess I'm just going to bring my Filbert brush and I'm going to pick up some of my yellows with some white, just some different colors, and just tap a little bit. Just whatever colors you want. I'm picking a little bit of everything. A little bit of white too. Just got some coming over the edge. We may have to come back in with a little bit more white there because I think I got some, I don't think I let it dry as good as it should have. So we'll get that and then we can see what else we want to do. We're going to use my number 3 round brush, I think. I'm going to get some water here and I'm going to use some of my gray and my white. I don't want to mix them together too much. I just got them on my brush. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put me a fence post, some fence posts right here. And that's about all I'm going to do right there is those 4. And then I'm just going to come across. And I'm going to put this a little wider because I want those a little wider. And there's that part of the fence. Now, I'm going to use my liner brush because I'm going to put some fence back here, but I want it to be smaller. So I'm using my 10/0 liner brush, same colors, white and gray. And I'm going to come right along in here. Okay, and we're just going to bring this over here. Just picking up some weight there. So that's how it's looking so far. Okay, so I think I'm going to make these just a little bit taller here. And maybe a little bit wider because I want them to be bigger than those over there. And I have something going on here, so I'm just going to make these a little wider. I'm using my little liner brush for this. I'm just white and gray. And I can make this a little wider here too. Just so it's a little more defined than that one. Because we've got a little action fixing to go on here. You know, it's one of these, I didn't know what I was doing till I just started painting. So I knew I wanted some yellow and orange trees. And so I decided, well, you know me, I like covered barns, bridges. And so, why not? It's fall. Let's do something. Just putting a little white in here. We're just taking it on down a little bit. There we go. Alright, so that fence looks a little more defined than that one, and that's what I want. I want this to completely dry. I'm using my small bristle brush. I'm going to use some of my Sap Green, and I'm just going to come around my fence posts to kind of bury them in the ground. And that's pretty well what I'm going to do. That's the extent of that fence. I'm going to use my liner brush at this time. This is a country scene, and I want to do... So I'm going to try, I know this is still wet, I'm going to try to put me a little rooster here, and that means he's got to be tiny. So I'm using my 10/0 liner brush. At this point, I'm just going to use some black, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a W. And then I'm going to fill that in. And then I'm just going to kind of make one side a little higher than the other. And let's bring our little legs down a little bit more. I'm just trying to keep that W form there. Now, we're going to take this and we're going to make him some little feathers. He's a proud little feller. I'm going to use my gray, and I'm going to come up and let's see. And that's just some color to lay down for right now. Okay, so we're just kind of blending that in with the black. I think I might want it a little bit bigger. I'll grab some black and come back over this gray. We're going to do all kind of colors here, so we're just getting started. He's not the focal point. Those trees are my focal point, but I just thought he would be cute to sit on the fence. All right, I'm going to use my yellow ochre, and I'm still using my liner brush, and I'm going to bring him some little legs. We don't really have to go into a lot of detail with his little legs. Because he's so small. He just doesn't need a lot of detail there. I am going to take that yellow medium, and I'm going to try to come and make him a little beak here. And we may have to get a little white with that to get it to okay. I'm just putting some yellow down over the gray. The gray was just a base to get me started. Clean brush. I'm picking up some red, and I'm going to give him a little under here, a little wobble. I'm trying to bring it in a little closer because it is so small. And then I'm going to fix his comb here. There doesn't have to be really defined there. It just has to be, see, there we go. He's got his little comb going on. So I'm going to pick up some of my, if I can find what I did with it. I got some Phthalo Blue here. And I'm going to bring in some of that into his feathers. And then I've done some of that to his body too, so I want to let him dry a little bit. Alright, I've got some more white here on my palette, and I'm just using my small liner brush, and I'm going to bring in a few little white feathers in here. I've got black and phthalo blue, and I really do like the way it's looking there. I'm going to pick up some of my red. I'm using a dirty brush, and I'm going to pick up some red and just come in here with some red, and I'm going to pick up some medium yellow and come in here. There's not a lot of detail to go in here with because he's so small. Just picked up a little orange. Might put a little, well, I got a few little, the orange just kind of turns muddy looking, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm going to pick up my yellow, medium yellow, and I'm going to try to get his in here. I'm just going to come in with some different colors, some oranges and some yellows, and see what I can get him to blend in. And I like the orange coming. Didn't like the black being taken away so much there. So up a little bit more. I'm going to bring in some white and some orange, and I'm going to come back in here. There we go. Okay, at this point it's going to have to dry because I'm just mixing some mud is what I'm doing, and I don't really want to do that. So, but I am going to come back to this tail. I'm going to pick up some more Phthalo Blue, and I'm going to come back through here and come back over some of that blue to give us some, whoops, too much water. Alright, I've got to go dry. I've got to dry this thing because it's making a mess. Pick up some white. I had to let it dry because it was, I just couldn't get it to do what I needed it to do. So I'm going to pick up some cad orange, and I'm just going to put in a little bit. Still have some white on my brush, so that's okay. I'm going to grab a little red now. See if I can put some red in here. Just come down with some red. I'm not going to do, like I said, I'm not going to do a lot to the feet because it's just, I'm going to probably bring in some more yellow ochre just to darken it up a little bit. But that's about the extent I'm going to do for the legs. I'm doing the beak, and I'm going to put the, I'm just coming in with a little so I can make the eyeball. Wipe my brush off, and I'm going to pick up just some black, just a little dot of black, and I'm going to put a little pokey just to have not a lot of detail there. I put some red in there, and I didn't like that red, so got my blue again, just to cover up some of that red. Clean brush. I'm going to pick up some white, and I'm going to come right in here and just start putting some little feathers in there. I'm going to come back into my black, and I'm going to put a few little ones under here. like for him to have his little fluffiness. I'm just going to bring in a little black under here just to, it just kind of blends in with the red to give it some different little colors there. With a clean brush, I'm coming back in here with some white and some red. And I'm just going to come right over the comb and right under his little wobble. Wipe my brush off, pick up just the red, and then come right back in here and just do some touch-ups. There we go. Got some little different colors going on there. So there's our little rooster. I'm going to come over to this left side. I'm going to wet my black a little bit, roll it out to like an ink, and then I'm just going to come over here and sign my name. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hope you'll pick up a paintbrush and get to painting and love it as much as I do. Now take care and God bless.